course it's hot up here. It's very hot. Look, I have a tropical plant up here that is sweating. Yeah, but please do it soon. Well, welcome to the McGovern sauna. Why is it, Gene? On the first hot day of the year, the air conditioner always has to break.
I don't know. Walter, we've got to talk.
You know, would you like to know what happens to me whenever the air conditioner goes kaput?
No, not really.
First I begin to sweat. Then I get very, very cranky. And then the papers in my files all start sticking together.
Look, Walter, why don't you let me take you out to lunch or something and we can discuss this?
Discuss what?
I want to talk about Domi.
No, wait. You are ahead of schedule. After the very cranky comes this rash that breaks out on the back of my neck. And then somebody on the staff comes in and asks me for something that I've already said no to 1,000 times.
Wait a minute, Walter. I've got proof that this Domi stuff isn't on the level.
Proof? All right. Hurry up before the rash breaks out.
Why are you so angry with Terry?
I'd rather not talk about it.
But I thought you two had settled your differences.
Well, I thought we had too, but I was deceived.
Terry lied to you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
About what?
I said I don't want to talk about it. I want that woman out of my life. And I hope it won't be long until she's out of yours too.
You know that's a dangerous catchphrase, don't you? I've got the proof.
Listen, number one, this whole Domi routine reeks with the in crowd, if you know what I mean. It's like they've got some big secret that no one else knows. So, Walter, that's the earmarks of a cult, man.
And every philosophy and every religion since time began.
Walter, I've been to some of their meetings.
When? Now, you told me you were going to drop this. All right. What were they like?
Well, impressive if you're depressed and unfulfilled. I mean, they promise mental and emotional renewal and all of that stuff and dominion over your life. They say that you can be able to master circumstances and people, all against the backdrop of control deprivation.
Control deprivation?
Yes. They break you down physically while this Dr. Vazan is hyping you up emotionally. The chairs in the place are very uncomfortable. No one is allowed in or out of the place during these meetings. And also, some of those things go as much... They last as much as 3 hours. In one case, it was 4.5 hours one of those sessions lasted. I'm telling you, and on top of it, it's like the whole room is cold, like 62 degrees with a draft. Now, what does that tell you?
Right now, it makes me envious.
Walter, what I'm saying is I have done a lot of research on this Dr. Vazan.
Now, she's the one who heads the whole organization, right?
Yes, she's a good-looking lady, but... Well, she's got charisma, mystery, and all of that. But she's only been in Kingsley for 2 years. 2 years, Walter. She's down from Philadelphia, and beyond that, no one has any kind of history on her at all.
You mean no medical or psychological training?
No. Neither register in Philly has any kind of record on her at all. And she didn't offer any proof of being any kind of doctor either at those meetings. So who could she be?
The Princess of Doria.
You know, Walter, you think this is funny. You're not, I don't think you're buying anything that I'm saying at all.
Look, gee, look, I don't think I'd probably send one of my kids to a Domi summer camp, but I don't really think you've got a story here.
All right. Last clue.
Clue?
Last clue.
Clue? We started with proof. Now we've got clues.
Okay, Walter, listen. How much do you think it would cost for a Domi education for 1 year?
I don't know, $1,000?
Maybe 2,000. Maybe 5, maybe 10. Who knows? No one will tell me anything.
Well, maybe that's because they know you're a reporter.
No, it's not that. It's because no one is saying anything to anyone is what I'm trying to say. This one guy stood up in the meeting, and he point blank asked this Dr. Vazan, and I mean, it was like pulling teeth.
Well, how much does it cost for some of these beginning sessions?
$35 a meeting.
Come on, Gene. I spent more than that to have my teeth drilled.
Yeah, that's just it. And you wouldn't go to some dentist who told you it was going to take years of work to get you all fixed up either, would you? And that's what DOMI is all about, Walter. They say that it's when you get to the upper levels that everything starts clicking for you.
Yeah, well, like what?
Oh, self-realization, nirvana, whatever you want to call it. But I can tell you one thing, I bet this stuff runs into a lot of bucks, too.
So what you're saying is that you're a typical mixed-up American who's looking for emotional help. Can't foot the bill.
Yes, but your typical spoiled socialite could.
Cult within a cult.
I don't know. I need to do some more digging, a little bit more investigating. What do you say?
Have you seen Terry? Have you talked to her?
No.
Then I don't understand. What's happened?
For the last time, I don't want to talk about it. I've been hurt. Deeply. I've been betrayed. And all your glowing reports about Terry just won't work anymore, so we might as well drop it.
Well, that's going to be pretty hard to do. I've asked her to marry me.
When did you ask?
Last night?
Then her mission is complete.
Stacy, I came over here to share my good news with you, to tell you about the proposal. Now I think I want to keep it to myself.
Well, please do.
Stacy, please tell me what's going on between you two. If you don't, Terry will.
What makes you think that your bride-to-be knows or even cares what she's done?
Well, if that's true, then she'll even be more surprised about this than I am.
Yes, surprised. Insensitive people are always surprised at the damage they cause others. Now, will you please leave?
You want to talk about insensitivity? Look at your reactions to my good news. It's the happiest I've been since the trial.
How did you react when I was falling in love with Gil?
Stacy.
How did you react? With one never-ending wise warning.
Yes, and time proved me right.
And I'll let time be my defense, too. Not only haven't you found a woman to replace my mother, you haven't even come close.
Stacy, I never looked for a replacement.
Oh, yes, there have been no comparisons.
No more than I'd ask myself which daughter I loved more. Not that I can tell the difference between you anymore.
What is that supposed to mean?
Resentment. Amber felt that way, and look what happened to her. She's decaying from the inside, all because of resentment. And if you don't watch out, the same thing's going to happen to you.
Now, my secretary is going to pick you up to the airport to take you out to my new home, where I want you to start interviewing the servant staff immediately.
Oh, I have a list of applicants in my purse, sir.
Good, good. I would insist on 3 references and be especially watchful for any fortune hunters, freeloaders, and religious types.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find the highest caliber for your estate, sir.
Mrs. Lucas, a little something to thank you for all the kindness you showed me.
Oh, how very gracious of you, Mr.
Oh, I don't think I'd be too impressed until you've seen what's inside.
Oh, box seats for Wrigley Field, I wager. You know I love baseball.
That reminds me, don't worry about the car at the airport. Just leave it there. I'm going to take a limousine out there later on this afternoon.
Oh, and when you get there, sir, I shall have some of your favorite Boursin cheese with a little smoked salmon and a nice cold bottle of Requart Chardonnay. Now, one last look round and on to bigger and better things.
I couldn't have expressed it more eloquently if I'd said it myself, Mrs. Lucas.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Oh, stop gloating, Charles. There's nobody here to watch.
Yes, I suppose I could have been a little more considerate, but after all, you never paid me that courtesy.
I beg your pardon?
Well, as I recall, when I was, shall we say, forced out of Lake Forest, you were right there along the sidelines applauding.
Yeah. I see what you mean. So now it's my turn, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know, I'd say the recent turn of events has certainly not improved your business sense one whit.
What do you mean?
I mean those Chesterfield properties that I sold you. What are you going to do with them?
Oh, I don't know. Redevelop?
Burn them, maybe?
No. Larceny, maybe. Arson? No.
You just have a touch too much overconfidence. Preston Carpenter, landlord of the ghetto. May your rents be as cheap as they surely will be underpaid. You know, if Vince Cardello were still alive, I think I'd refer him to you for a little bill collecting.
If Vince Cardello were still alive, you wouldn't be.
Oh, I accept that compliment. You know, Preston, I have outlived my enemies, and I've outbought and outsold my competitors. Oh, there's no question that I was on the ropes for a while, but I won that final round with some very solid counterpunching.
Funny. You don't look like Rocky Stallone.
Be as sarcastic as you wish. But there will be some applause in Lake Forest, as I prove that the unexpected is still possible.
Now, you know, that is something I agree with you on. What do you say, Charlie, to a little toast?
What did you have in mind?
The unexpected. Good.
You know, I asked you to table this whole idea weeks ago.
Come on, Walter, that's not an answer.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out on this scene. What I see here is a trend, and I don't like it. I don't think it's any good. It's the way you approach your work. It reminds me of Ryan on my Little League team.
Ryan?
Yeah, well, you know, I coach this Little League team. A bunch of 6-year-olds trying to play baseball. Well, I've got this second baseman. His name is Ryan. And every time he hits that ball, he keeps on running. You know, no matter what's going on in the field, he just keeps going. He doesn't stop at first, second, or third. No matter what I yell at him.
Well, I don't get the analogy. Where's that?
You see, Gene, in this league, the fielding is so bad that nobody can put Ryan out. I mean, they keep overthrowing him. So there I am, yelling at him to stop, and he's turning grounders to the pitcher into home runs.
Yeah, I guess I get your comparison there.
Well, then stop smiling. Look, I told you not to follow up on that story. I'm coaching you to stay, and you keep running.
But Walter, my running is instinctive now.
It's going against my orders, Gene, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Well, I've got that city council article that you assigned to me. I need to look over that some more.
Forget it. What's your angle on this Domi thing?
Are you serious?
What's your angle on it? Come on.
Okay. You pay for my training. I pose as a Domiite, and I go in there with a guy supposedly with big bucks, and on top of it with a lot of hang-ups, too. Now, if there's any inner circle or anything like that, I guarantee that I will get in there. I'll find my way into this place.
Now, just wait a minute. You, by your own admission, said this thing is liable to cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but Walter, I mean, that's a small price to pay for truth, man.
Yeah, but
Come
it
on.
might just be a big price to pay for my job. Gene, I have got a budget.
You have got papers to sell, too. And look what I did for circulation when I blew the lid on this Kate Phillips situation.
Come on, stop pounding your chest.
I'm not pounding my chest. I'm pounding your profits. You have to admit, circulations went through the ceiling. Now, come on, Walter.
Yeah, but come on, Gene. You know this isn't on the same scale as that story.
Yeah, but it's not city council meetings either. Besides, I don't know what scale it's on until I do some more digging, right?
Gene, you know, some of these fringe groups, they play kind of rough. I mean, they play for keeps.
I can take care of myself, so long as you can handle the legalities with our lawyers.
I'll call him this afternoon. Gene, be careful.
All right.
Send him in. Hi. You are looking at a woman who got absolutely no sleep last night and has never felt more awake.
Well, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So far, Peter's the only one that I've told. I can't wait until Lori finds out.
Terry,
What's wrong?
I'm not sure. I was hoping you could tell me.
Dave, what is it?
Well, I just went over to see Stacy to tell her about our engagement. I thought you two were friends again.
Well, we are. We've never gotten along better. What happened?
But she refused to tell me. She'd only say that, well, you had deceived her in some way. that she had been betrayed. Well, the whole thing was absurd.
We've had such good talk. She's finally started to open up to me.
Well, if you don't know what's going on, then I guess the only thing is, well, what I told her loud and clear.
You two argued?
Well, we had words. The insanity, the jealousy, the hidden hatred. She's still plagued by it. And I told her so.
Well, we can't be sure that that's what it is.
Well, maybe she mended her differences with you, thinking that I wouldn't go through with a marriage proposal.
Then she didn't act this way until you told her.
No. She started with a character assassination as soon as I walked in the door. But what else could it be?
Now, just take it easy, Dave.
I think I have to call her psychiatrist. That's the only thing I can think of.
No, wait a minute. I have an idea.
Stratford on Kingsley?
Yeah, okay, I know it's corny, but Dad, look, it's the best townhouse complex around here. I've been checking all morning.
Well, I don't understand. Look, you have a little tiff with the management, who, I might add, is not making an unreasonable request, and all of a sudden you're out pricing townhouses.
Well, it goes a bit deeper than that.
Oh.
Yeah, see, this manager has a husband who has done nothing but leer at me from the word go.
Suddenly you got a lot of men leering at you.
They were always there. I'm just getting a little sick of them now.
Oh.
Then he felt obliged to tell me about the 4 sailors who split the rent in the apartment right next to mine, the trash collection that's once every 2 weeks, and the money-eating washer and dryer that's clear across the complex.
Are you telling me that this does not beat living in a dormitory?
I'm telling you that I'm not paying $5.72 to live in a dormitory.
Sweetheart, you're not paying anything at all.
Yeah, right, you are. But see, Dad, that's why I think it would be really good if we invested in this and then we could turn it around for a profit when I left. Besides, Miriam's apartment is so, well, tacky and run down. I wish I'd noticed it sooner. I was just so anxious to move out of the King's Arms, I didn't look closely.
Well, look, I've got plenty of room. You can always move in here with me.
I don't think that would solve anything, no.
Here.
But see, Stratford on Kingsley will. Look, it's got a garden and a private bath off the bedroom. It's got a fully equipped kitchen.
So how much?
10,000 down.
No, darling. No, how much?
$98,000.
And a guarantee, no sailors next door?
Any sailor who could afford to live there would be okay by me. Maybe we could have lunch. See, the manager of the subdivision wants to meet you at about 2:30.
Oh, now, wait a minute, honey.
What?
Oh, sweetheart, you have no more chance of getting a $100,000 townhouse than I do of getting a maid to answer that door.
Oh, I see. Tighten the purse strings to keep me in line. Is that it?
Oh, Courtney.
No, don't deny it, Dad. I know exactly what this is. You tell me that you want me to have a little bit more independence. The minute I start to stray a little bit, you just yank on that leash.
Now, wait a minute. Look, this has got nothing to do with independence, but it does have something to do with a $100,000 townhouse with 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, access to tennis courts, Olympic-sized swimming pool, jacuzzi, sauna, and hot tubs. You know, there was a time in Lake Forest when you'd look on those luxuries as upper-class pretensions. And I think that's a fairly accurate quote.
Well, I just said that because I was bored at the time.
Honey, the financial difficulties that our family was in a few months ago has not changed. So I'm very much afraid that you're going to have to put up with tacky apartments, sailors next door, even if all 4 of them leer at you, because right now, that's about all I can afford to pay. You understand?
Dave, I want to talk to her.
What?
Maybe I can find out what's happened.
Terry, she practically threw me out of the house.
Well, it's worth a try.
No,
Why not?
because you'll only be giving her a chance to play out her betrayal act.
Well, how do we know it's an act? Maybe it's a misunderstanding or a plea for help.
You know, you're incredible.
That means yes.
No, that doesn't mean yes. It means no, I'm not going to let you let yourself in for abuse, which it's exactly what you'd be getting through a closed door.
So I don't go over to her house. How about that?
If you phone her, she'll hang up on you.
Wait a minute. Let me see. The newsroom. Yes, that's an idea. She'd be forced to remain calm there. She wouldn't dare throw a temper tantrum. I could go there under the pretense of seeing Peter and Jean and maybe get her to give me the explanation. Huh? How about that? Is that pretty good?
Are you sure you're up to it?
How dare you doubt me?
I just don't want her to hurt you. I don't want anybody to hurt you.
The only hurt I have right now is the one you gave me.
When?
When you walked in and wouldn't give me a kiss.
Come here.
Do you think that I like living here?
That was your decision, this deal that you made with Uncle Charles. Having all this in mind had
No. Look, what I had in mind is a win-or-lose business venture. I have to live here so I can be close to it.
Oh. So the action's not in Lake Forest anymore?
No.
And Charles doesn't know about this?
Uncle Charles. Look, honey, your taste in colleges and men and apartments can change all they want. But financially, the decisions have been made for you.
Yeah. Well, so much for personal freedom, huh?
No, honey, so much for sharing a financial load, which I'm not going to do alone.
That's not fair. What about my part in sharing that load? The part that I shouldered? The months I worried about Mom's upkeep, the pressures I was under, the sacrifices that I made.
Are you telling me that you're sorry you made those sacrifices for your mother?
What did it get me?
What did it get you? Honey, what's happening to you?
Maybe I just woke up.
Courtney!